YouTube, how we doing? Jags to Riches, James Peters, on behalf of Celtics Corner, last pregame show of the regular season. Wild day, quite a bit going on. Still a lot to be determined with these evening games. Am I by myself? Am I concerned about the Nets? No, I brought in the big guns today. I got one of the special guests and, of course, a recurring co host with me. Let me get them in the building. Ladies and
What's
gentlemen,
good?
do I need
What
to
we doing?
introduce this
Happy
lovely
season
lady?
finale day.
Bree Marie, co-host on my left, right, circle about, we'll say, like Be Smooth, and below me, Mr. Jack Bienvenu. Now, you may say, who is this young man? He looks kind of familiar. We'll get to that in a second. Bree,
Well,
I'm
first
so
off,
ready for this.
Bree, how are you doing, ma'am? It's been a little while. It's always a pleasure.
It's
Talk to
good.
me.
I know. I'm ready. I'm trying to manage my time because now Red Sox have commenced. So obviously Celtics over Sox, but I'm splitting my time, especially tonight. Tonight both games are on national television. So I got to break out my laptop, do my fake picture-in-picture. I got one on the TV, one on my laptop.
Do they
ready
get
to
their
watch.
first win tonight?
They fucking better because I'm gonna lose my shit.
No, for sure.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Now,
getting it tonight.
As always, like I said, a special guest, a first timer. Jack, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Of course, thanks for having me. Doing great. Glad to be on. Celtics game day. We're gonna take this win in Memphis.
Oh, I like it. It seems like that's the plan with all the starters playing. Of course, we'll get into the starting lineups per se. There's, and then keys to the game, but there's just obviously you can't avoid the playoff seeding and the madness. Before we really get going, I'd like to start by just saying RIP to Dwayne Haskins. I'd like to send out a special condolences to his family, his friends, his teammates. You don't ever want to see a 24, 25-year-old lose their life. So anyone that's going through that, my heart is with you. Jack, talk to us, man. A little bit briefly about you as a Celtics fan. I mean, are you a lifelong fan? Just tell us briefly about that and maybe who your favorite player is currently or all time.
Yeah, so favorite player's got to be Marcus Smart. The man, DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year. Book it. But,
Yes.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Right.
But, and then I've been a Celtics fan pretty much my whole life, but I mainly really got into them Jason Tatum's rookie year. When my first very vivid memory as a Celtics fan is Tatum dunking on LeBron James. Game 7. That's the moment I'm always gonna remember. Where I was, my reaction always in that moment. I thought we had it won. Then I see Tatum bump into Bron, and I'm like, oh shit, you don't do that. Why do you have to do that, bro? But yeah, I've been like a diehard, I'd say, since then. Since 2017, I call myself a diehard.
Yeah, I would call you a diehard because can you just lift up your sleeve there?
You got it.
Oh my God! Talk about diehard. I wish I could zoom it in. Jesus.
Yeah.
So in case you wanted to, Bree.
I need to go. Oh, there we go.
That's a better picture.
That is the best picture.
That's the first one's the ugly one.
That better be your profile picture. That needs to be framed.
It's gotta be.
Put it in a museum. So you seem kind of young. Obviously, if you got into it, Tatum's rookie year, that's what, like 4 years ago? Well, Tatum's only 19, so that was like last year. Only 19. So tell me what inspired you to get that tattoo? Like, was it a bet? Were you just like, no, let's fucking do it? Like, I believe in my boys. Like, what was it?
It was the latter right there. It was the belief I had in the squad, and I was literally sitting in the math class. I was last period, 6th period, and I'm sitting there, and we're just talking about hoops, and I'm like, the Celtics are winning the fucking shit this year, and
oh my God, I'm crying. This is so good.
There was like an hour left of school. I texted this guy in the chat. I was planning on getting a tattoo, like a Boston related one. I just didn't know what yet. And I texted him. I go, dude, I got the tattoo idea. I'll be there right after school. So it's very spontaneous.
I would fucking say so.
Best way to do it, though.
Yeah.
Best way to do it.
Yeah, I had to go with it. There was
my God.
a voice that came in the back of my head the last second. You really want to do this? I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, I want to do this. So went in. I told my artist what I wanted. He's like, oh, okay. He was shocked for sure, but he got it done.
That is legendary. Like I am okay. So I was first, like you were brought to my attention first by our boy Green Runs Deep KJ.
Right.
You know him. I know him. He's a legend on Instagram for Celtics Talk. And I was like found you out through him. And then when I saw the post go viral on NBC Sports, I used to work for them. So I was like, yo, I know him. So I think it's really cool. You're like the next generation for me. Like you're going to be that younger generation to be that staple in the Garden. Because I see your outfit. I see you with the other two guys. I don't know their actual names. I call them Chicken Hat Head Guy and Celtics top hat guy, and then there's obviously Aztec Gino, there's balcony guy, there's the green haired guy. So like if you go to games enough and you know the crew, like the in-game crew, you are definitely becoming one of them, if not you are already. And the fact that I just found out off camera, like off live, that you come from the Cape blows my fucking mind, bro. Are you moving closer? What's good? Like you gotta come closer. You need to be at every game.
I'm getting. Tell me. I'm about to get on the list for season tickets.
Word, love this.
And I'm about to cop some. About like the plan was supposed to be Friday. I'm trying to cop some. Get on the list at least.
Hey, keep this pace, man, and they'll be giving you some season tickets.
Yeah. You have their literal banner.
I got the fucking banner.
Correct.
I think you should get at least a discount.
Listen, I was telling Bobby, I was like, look, every staple team has that fan, right? You got Spike Lee in New York. You've got Nave up in Toronto. You know, no disrespect. You know what I'm talking about. Mr. Jack here has the potential. Young
he's
man,
he's top three.
Without question. I think Bria is right, man. You have the potential to be that next generation.
Tatted on your arm to let me know.
Tatted on his arm, clairvoyant, premonition, sixth sense, call it what you want. But speaking of that, let's transition. We are going to get over to some of now, guys, the potential starting lineups. Now, remember, we do this quite early in the morning, so
it was like last minute. All these people are listed as out now. I had like 3 people listed on my list, and then all of a sudden I see someone posted and I'm like, there's like 12 people now out. I'm like, what's going on here?
And the problem with that too, Bree, you're right, is we had a backup plan, but the backup plan fell through because it's not just Ja Morant, it's Jaren Jackson, Dylan Brooks,
and
Steven Adams, Tyus Jones, Tyler Terry, Kittle, Killian Tilly. I mean, and then best case for them, you could possibly see, Desmond Bain, slow-mo Kyle Anderson, and maybe Brandon Clark. But even Clark and Desmond Bain are questionable. So I figured instead of going through this hypothetical, who wins, who does this,
it doesn't even make sense.
Correct. So what I thought, let's go straight to keys to the game. Let's briefly talk about that. And instead of going this guy versus that, let's reflect on some of these players, just what they've been doing recently. And then let's just get straight into the playoffs. I'd rather do that than talk about who's
and I want to talk about Jack's arm for another 20 minutes because
I could do that for the rest of the night.
Right now.
So keys to the game real quick. Roll, bench, players needs to step up. Starting fast and do not risk injury. Now, start fast. Why is that? For some reason, the Boston Celtics are the only team that is playing everyone today. Philly is sitting everyone. Milwaukee is sitting everyone. Boston said, fuck it, we're playing everyone. So I feel if you go out, start fast, hit this team in the mouth, they may fold. Then you can sit your starters. Do not risk injury. That is most important. Ime, relax, brother. It is okay. If we lose, worst case, we're playing Toronto. There's no problem with that. Let's not risk injury. Bree, taking a look, what are some of your keys, takeaways? What are you thinking about this game?
Well, I definitely think that there's a couple of reasons why they might be keeping their starters in and not resting them. Simply the fact that they're going to be sitting for a whole week without any play. So I think that they want to at least give them some sort of minutes in some capacity to just get some more reps in right before the playoffs. I think that's important. Obviously, practice is great, but practice is not an actual game. So I think having them get some minutes, I want them to be limited minutes. So I really, like you said, the key thing number 2, start fast. Punch them in the mouth real quick and let our starters not go any longer than they need to. If we have the bench playing the second half, I'm cool with that.
Amen.
Give me those minutes. I'm fine with Neesmith, Pritchard going off. I'm cool with that. Give Luke Cornett the ball. Give him a dunk. Cool. I'm all set with all of that. I need nobody else to get fucking hurt because as we saw today, I reposted it. Rob Will, he posted himself in the practice facility, getting those reps in. That's so encouraging to see. I'm very impressed with that.
Bree, tell me about that. I didn't see it. What's the update on him?
I follow him on Instagram now and on Twitter. And so he posted, and I don't know, it was literally just like sheer luck. I saw he posted it 3 minutes ago and then I reposted it. He was in our practice facility, which is, I believe they moved it from Waltham to right next to the Bruins facility in Cambridge or something like that. And he was getting reps in. He posted a selfie of him drinking water saying, let's fucking go. And that's just really encouraging for me to see that he's getting in there, getting the reps in. Someone actually tweeted me on the video that I posted and said he's been getting there earlier than Brad Stevens, ready to go. Okay. His mindset is, I'm getting myself back to game time ready. And as I already have said before, I love that for us, but not if it's going to hurt him more and have a lingering injury in the future.
Correct.
So if he's 100% ready, he feels 100% ready, they say he's 100% ready, sure. Throw him back in limited minutes. Don't fuck this up for us. But if he's not ready, sit him out. I don't need him to come back this year.
As long as need be. This is a long-term investment here.
Rob Will is protect Rob Will.
Correct.
I don't need him getting hurt.
He hasn't even started his extension yet. So Jack, just to follow up on Bree there about the game tonight, what are your thoughts? Obviously, it's our starters versus, not only their bench, but their deep bench. What are your thoughts? And how did the Celtics get a victory tonight?
Right here, I think this is the matchup of the two people who should be considered for Coach of the Year. You got Ime.
Yes.
You got Ime Udoka.
Take.
These guys, this Boston team was 18-21 at one point.
Preach.
What are we, 50-31? Something like that? 31, yeah.
We've had 5 losses since the All-Star break return. That's fucking wild.
Insane. I've never seen any. Hey, you
Real
best
quick,
believe it.
Jack, I'll just elaborate. 2021 portion of the season, the Celtics were 17-19. Since 2022, we are 33-11.
Wild.
Right. That's insane. Hey, and
2 different teams.
In December, I wouldn't have even thought about getting this on my arm.
Oh, hell no. You would have got Boston Celtics, RIP, maybe next year.
Right.
Why?
It's ridiculous how crazy this team is. Since the just new year calendar, it's insane. And the Taylor Jenkins, I think his name is, the coach for the Grizzlies. This team's what? They're 19-2 or whatever the stat is without John Morant.
So you think that coach is better than Monty Williams for the Suns? You would think you would choose him over Monty? Is what you're saying, Coach of the Year? If it's not Brad, it's not Brad. If it's not Ime. Force of habit, not Brad.
Yeah. I think I would because Monty, he's a great coach. He's top 5 coach in the league. But you got DeAndre Ayton, you got Chris Paul, you got Devin Booker. He won it last year. They were expected to do this again. This is my thing.
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair argument to say for sure.
He was runner up last year, but you are right. He should have won it last year.
So maybe it will be the reason why he gets it this year.
And that's
maybe get it last year.
I think
he's projected to win it. But if those 3 coaches that we just named should be the top 3.
Oh, should be the top 3. Who won it again last year?
Tom Thibodeau for the New York Knicks.
Right. Yeah.
Fraud,
he deserved it.
And look at, but you kind of see how it's turned out in the fact that Monty Williams, they have the number 1 team, number 1 seed by a long shot, and he did such a good job without
9
Chris
games
Paul.
Ahead of everybody.
Right, and Chris Paul missed how many weeks? So, that's a fantastic take.
Yeah,
they went on an 18 game win streak to start the season. Then Chris Paul fell off, and then they stopped talking about them. But they're still, I believe, when I looked last night when they were playing against who were they playing last night? The whatever team they were playing. And I was like, oh, why do they have all their starters in right now? And I was like, oh, they want to break their franchise record for those wins.
Yep.
And that's why and that's why they were in for the whole game. And I believe at that point when I looked at the standings, they were 8 games ahead of everybody in the standings. So now I believe with that win, they're 9 games above everybody in the West. So they just had They had a breakout year, just wild. And to do
they
that
are the scariest team in the West for me by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
What I said before, like the Golden State Warriors have kind of been falling off. I thought it was either going to be the Suns or the Warriors coming out of the West. Like that was going to be the Western Conference Finals matchup. I thought, but now looking at it and how on fire the Grizzlies have been, it might be just Phoenix Grizzlies for the Western Conference Finals. I don't think Golden State has gotten more into shape since I've seen Klay Thompson back. So,
and I think I know Steph is supposed to be coming back for the playoffs.
Yeah, Steph's been out. Yeah, it's just been rocky a little bit for the Warriors. Draymond Green too, not playing for a while. So
Wiseman.
I think the Grizzlies now getting Ja back. I think they're a lock for that second spot.
And speaking of, so Memphis, win or lose, they actually are locked into the number 2 seed. But I think.
Meaning, I think it's going to be them two in the Western Conference Finals, like Suns, Grizzlies.
So since we're speaking of playoffs, let's go ahead and I'll put it right up on the screen. This was as of this morning. It was if anyone's been following along today, it's been absolute insanity. We knew 2 through 4 was all in a pile of whatever, as well as if you look at the bottom, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they're all within a game of each other with almost identical records. There was a point coming into it, and if someone in the chat can update me, I believe
I was about to say, did you? Yeah, so the Nets just won 134, 126.
So there you go.
The Hornets just won 124 to 108 against the Wizards, and then Cavs won 133 to 115 against the Bucks.
Correct.
And then was that today? The Rockets won 130 to 114. I'm just looking at my ESPN.
And then if you also look, Philly has decided they're benching Embiid, they're benching Harden. Their guys are out tonight, right? Against, I think, the Pistons. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If the Celtics win tonight, with Brooklyn winning, now obviously nothing's set. Brooklyn still has to win the 7-8 game, and if anything has taught us anything happened in one game, it looks like they're playing the Cavs. They beat the shit out of the Bucks today. The season series between the Cavs and the Nets have beaten them 3-1. However, neither team has ever really been at full strength. At the beginning of the season, there was no Kyrie in one of the games. The middle game, there was no KD. The last game, there was no Jared Allen. So we don't know. So they still have to get through them, but it looks like the Celtics will be number 2.
Before this win, were the Nets already in the 7th seed, or did they just get that 7th?
No.
Right, so they've already been in the 7th spot.
Correct.
All right, so that didn't really affect anything then.
This is how wild it would have been. If there was a chance that the Hornets, who are the 10th seed, could have went all the way up to the 7th seed today, like depending on shit happening. So it was just, it's so wild. But yeah, basically the Nets were in a spot. If they won, they control their own destiny.
Got you. Okay.
Jack, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, what were you saying?
Cleveland they're unpredictable as fuck.
Oh, they're no slouch. Garland, Jared Allen, if he gets healthy. Evan Mobley.
They're a little banged up, but don't you gotta take them seriously. They're a good basketball team. They're sneaky good.
So Jack, if you had to choose, looking at the standings right now, who would you say would be our most ideal first round matchup? Like if you could pick.
Easy. Chicago, easy. Give me Chicago.
Okay. Are you afraid of anybody to face the first round? Like, who would you say, no, I don't want them at all?
Well, I am not a Kyrie Irving fan at all.
Preach. This is a safe space. We get rid of that, Jags. We've had this conversation.
We just say, fuck Kyrie Irving for a second.
Yes,
but anyway, he's a very good basketball player.
Yes, but not a great human.
Not a great human, but he's a great basketball player. He's back to playing 100%. I would rather not see the Nets. So
that's very fair, and I think we're all in agreement on that.
If me and James were talking about this pre-live, we were saying, even if we do win, it's most likely going to 7, 6 at least.
Right,
and then
for sure.
You don't want to do your first round of the playoffs, go to 7 games, and have Milwaukee waiting for you next round. No, thank you. They probably win theirs in 5, 4, and then they have a week of rest or so. Then even if we get an easy matchup, I'd say we take Chicago in 5. Give me 6 max, but I guess 5.
That's fair.
You do that, you get rest for Rob, and if we get Rob back for Milwaukee, Brooklyn, second round, I'd say bring him on.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's go through just how that scenario would happen. In order for us to play the Bulls, because 5 and 6 have been clinched. Out of all the madness, those two are clinched as well as number one. Excuse me. If the Celtics and Sixers both lose tonight, we play Chicago. That's locked in. Now, if the Celtics lose and the Sixers win, we will be playing Toronto. However, if we win, it's the Nets or the winner of the 7-8 play-in.
Wait, so what? I'm bad at that. You asked me that.
No, all right, so you're with me all the way up to the play-in, right?
Yeah.
So remember,
wait, if we win,
we
play the Bulls.
No, if we lose and the Sixers lose, everyone lost, so the seeding would not change. 2, 3, and 4 would all be the exact same as it is right now as you're looking at it. Everyone lost, right? So 3 and 6 would play. So Celtics and Bulls would play. If the Sixers
so if it stays
win,
the way that it is.
Correct. If the Sixers win, they jump us if we lose, but they don't jump the Bucks because the Bucks on the tiebreaker. So we would go below them and play Toronto for the 4-5.
Okay.
But remember,
we don't want
7 and 7, 8, those aren't locked in. That goes into a play-in. So if we win, we'll be number 2, but we have to see who wins the 7-8 play-in game to see who's going to be the opponent.
We wouldn't jump to the 2, or we would?
We would. If we win, we're the number 2 seed.
This is very fucking confusing. I don't want to do that. I want to just stay where we are. So what happens? What do we have to do to stay where we are?
Lose and have Philly.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I want to talk about Toronto real quick.
Go ahead. Let's talk about that, man.
I meant to talk about this, but I just read Cat and I saw someone bring it up. The vaccination thing in Toronto, which was it Horford's not vaccinated?
He is. I
guess he publicly said that he is.
Yep.
Okay, because I know there were some rumors saying he wasn't, and I don't know. People are saying JB too. That was
the rumor.
That's the
rumor
JB. Going around.
We don't know about that.
So that if that's the case, that's not ideal. So
no,
I'd just not take any risk that COVID bullshit up there. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, but I don't want to touch that at all. If we can avoid Toronto at all costs, I definitely want to do that.
I think we can beat them fully healthy.
Literally, so much math. I'm not a math person. We know this.
Shout out to our man, Be Smooth. Bobby, make sure that you got your eyes on the road.
Focus on the game. If you get a foul ball to your face, I don't want to hear it. That's not my fault.
But much love to our founder, to the host, to the man himself. He is at the Atlanta Braves game. Much love and respect to Be Smooth. Shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. This is absolute wild. He's right. Big math show. There are so many scenarios on scenarios. Matter of fact, here, let me share.
Well, if you're saying that the Sixers are sitting their 2 stars, right, and they're playing the crazy ass Pistons tonight, who they don't fucking back down.
You can see this,
nobody.
Right, Bree? You see this, right?
NBA playoff picture.
All right, so I just want to make sure you can. So look right here, look at this. This is coming into today. 2, 3, and 4. All these teams, right?
Yep.
Scroll down a little more. 5 and 6, they're locked in. Look at this: 7, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Atlanta, Charlotte. All of this, like, look, oh boy, buckle up, get a drink, whatever you need to do. So I mean, this is just how crazy all these scenarios. I mean, it's absolutely.
Poor Gordon Hayward. I feel bad for that man. He's out.
Shout out to ActionNetwork.com.
Man, I
poor guy. He can't stay healthy, man.
Can't catch a break. I feel terrible.
All right.
So bad.
First round, it's looking like the Nets. Do we beat them?
Fuck.
You want to start?
I don't want that. I don't want that.
Do we beat them? How many games does it take? Chat, talk to us.
All right,
tell us what's going on.
Here's the deal. So we have home court, obviously, if we play Brooklyn. Last time we played Brooklyn in our building was in March. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was early March. And we beat them by 4 or 5 with Rob. So, and Tatum put up 50. So,
yep, that's the key phrase right there, Rob. I think if we don't have Rob.
Yeah, I think Rob is the difference maker in that series. Unfortunately, I do believe that. I think we can 100% give him a run. I think we can go.
Sure.
I know everyone's going to come out doubting us, saying, "Oh, they're getting sweat. They're getting out in 5." No, we'll give them 6 at least. I think there's even a possibility where we win, that we take that 6 or we take that 7, and we go on. I just rather not. There's no doubt in my mind that we have a chance, a good chance at beating them.
Definitely.
But we just gotta I'd rather not go that long of a series in the first round, like I said earlier.
I just am afraid of KD. I don't give a shit about Kyrie Irving.
I
KD can
think
single-handedly do that shit by himself.
Oh yeah,
so that's who I'm afraid of.
Marcus Smart has the ability to lock the fuck out of Kyrie Irving, but
for sure.
But I don't know if I mean Kevin Durant is top 2 basketball player in the world right now, and that's scary.
It would just be such a fucking unlucky situation if we get them the first round. Like losing
Right.
Rob was like a dagger to my heart. And if you're really going to give me the Nets in the first round without Rob, that's just after all the hard work to get to where we are right now, I will lose my fucking mind if that's how this season comes to an end. I will literally cry. Real
first round,
tears.
same as last year.
On air.
That was devastating. I mean, I think I mean, even outside of KD and Kyrie, you got Seth Curry, who's a fucking sniper. That guy can shoot. You got Patty Mills, Bruce Brown, Boston.
And don't they have fucking Blake Griffin too on their bench? They have
they
have so many people. I'm just like, how do you keep that? Like, what?
I think
where are all these people coming from?
They got Drummond too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they have.
Yeah, they have a lot of fucking people. It's not fair.
They've got quite a few. LaMarcus Aldridge coming off the bench.
Oh my God, yeah. Jesus Christ.
What?
Like,
you got
like
Patty Mills.
I don't even want to keep reading this roster because I'm like, oh, fuck.
Right. So,
no,
the thing is, like, I have this is the most confident I've been in the team in forever. By the arm, obviously proves it.
Obviously,
but,
yes.
Can't
go back on it now.
no, can't go back on it now. So, I just rather not see, like, say Grant Williams go up against KD for 7 games. I feel like that would be Grant. I mean, I love Grant, but KD's just another level. That's.
Shout out to the 70+ people in the building. Please get those likes up. Chat. Shout out some love to Jack. Shout out some love to Bree. Show him some love. Be smooth.
Hey,
where you at, man?
We're rocking the Time Lord shirt today.
Yeah, I'm right. We're our final game.
KG, anything is possible. We can pull through without Rob.
All Celtics fans, we're trying to pick it up because it's looking like it's going to be the Nets in the opening round, depending on, like I said, that 7-8 game. I'll put it like this. I don't think. Hold on. Look at this.
Let me see.
What's it?
Is this a real question?
Do it.
Is this a real question?
Oh my God, please.
Why haven't you already joined?
Brave Stadium? Oh my God. Fucking come through,
Why haven't you already joined? We got some heat.
That's hilarious.
These Celtics fans, everyone's feeling good, Bobby. You want to come sprinkle a little bit of salt on the wound?
The camera on some random like Atlanta fan.
No, he's probably. I think the game's already over. He might be home, right?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I have no
Can we
idea.
give like a quick shout? We got to give a quick shout out to Thomas Myers. This dude, Celtics best fans in the NBA.
Yeah, Thomas Myers is one of the OGs. He subbed to both my channel and Celtics Corner. Always has really positive things. Thomas, I don't have to say anything to you. You know me, and you're the man, brother. Thank you so much. You've caught a first time guy's eye. So shout out to you and shout out to everyone else in the chat, man. A lot of love and respect to all y'all.
Yeah,
so let's talk about this real quick.
What is that?
I have a question. When do we find out when the actual schedule is? Do we have to wait for the play-in, or will we know
wait for the play-in?
No, we have to wait for the play-in. So the regular season ends.
Like CBE, we wouldn't like. I know that we won't know who we play.
No. So think of it like this. Well, what was the last thing you said? You won't know who will play, but what?
But couldn't we know when we play?
Yes. So essentially, this is how it goes. The regular season ends tonight, right? The playoffs begin in a week or whatever. But in between that time is where you've got the play-in. You've got 7 and 8. They're going to play, right?
Yeah,
so
they play
7
April
and
12th,
here, I'll pull it up.
Or something, or 13th,
right. So look at this.
15th.
This might change right now. Like I said, this is as of this morning. But if going off of this, 7 and 8 would play. So that would be the Nets and Cavs. The winner of that game is locked into the 7th seed. They're locked in. You win one game, that's you. However, the loser then will play the winner of the 9 and 10 games. So the Hawks and Hornets will play. The winner of that will play the loser of that other game for the 8th seed.
And it's one and done. They don't get
Exactly.
it's one and done, and then
Correct.
the person that loses the 7-8 gets a redemption to go into
Correct.
the 8.
Spot on. Spot
And
on. So that's
okay.
it. So whoever wins that first one, we'll know, and that'll probably be the opening game. So we'll know pretty
Well, that's
early
why
who's in
the
the
only
semis.
reason why I asked that is because here's the issue, right? Because Boston's so booming right now, right? You have the home opener for the Red Sox Friday. Then on Saturday, you have the Bruins home game at 12:30 at home, right? And obviously, as you know, Celtics and Bruins play on the same court. So you have the Bruins home game at 12:30. And if according to the key dates of the NBA, it says the playoffs start Saturday. So then if you're telling me they're going to do a double header on Saturday and then have the Celtics play at night for the home opener of the playoffs round 1, that would fucking suck. I need them to play Sunday on Easter Sunday because I'm trying to go to that game and not work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like I'm trying to figure out the logistics because it's going to be either Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday, Wednesday, or it's going to be Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday. And then someone told me, for the first round of playoffs, it gets extended out. So instead of it being like back to like there's a 1 game break, it might be 2 games of a break or 3 games of a break.
Big MGM. I'm so glad I have my notes here with a bunch of stuff like, Joel Embiid won, scoring title. Gary Payton endorses Marcus Smart. I didn't even look down to remember that. Yes, Ben Simmons is looking like he could potentially be playing in the opening round.
Oh, well, that
doesn't scare me because he hasn't played all year.
Still, but
Dun dun dun.
The man himself. Hello.
Yes,
How y'all doing? What's up?
Hey, how was the game? Did they win?
Ladies and
Oh, no,
gentlemen.
we got our asses whooped.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Bobby,
My
be smooth.
How
are you, sir?
Good. It's hot. It's a hot day here in Atlanta. We got our asses whooped by the Cincinnati Reds. So it's a rough day for me. However, it is always a beautiful day to see Bree. Jack, what's up? How you feeling, man?
What's up, bro? Good, bro. How you doing?
Always doing good. Always doing good.
Great.
What's the discussion here? I heard that.
So Be Smooth just comes in the clutch, just like Ben Simmons is going to be. We took the whole game, and he's just going to come through in the playoffs, put his 2 cents in, and then bow out. All right,
that dude's just he's a joke. Ben Simmons.
Yeah, 100%.
We are talking about basically just the seedings, how everything's shaken out. The fact that Brooklyn won, they're looking like they're in the 7-8 thing, and now it's breaking news that Ben Simmons could potentially be playing in the opening round.
I saw that. I did see that on Instagram that he was confident in playing.
I must have just totally missed that because
I didn't repost it because I didn't feel like reposting Ben Simmons on my page.
Yeah,
but I did see it and I just kind of ignored it because I'm like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Cool. Right. Ben's gonna play. Okay, sure. Yeah. We've been hearing that for months now. So
that's true. Yeah.
But no, so that's my only concern is I Jack, you don't know this, but I work at a bar next to the Garden. So I work the pre-games, but I try and coordinate my schedule. So that way, like if it's a big game, I don't work before. I just want to have the day off and then go to the game. So I'm already working the Bruins pre-game that Saturday. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to be dragged into staying if it's a double header. And I don't want that because I'd rather have some time to chill before going straight to the game. The good thing about it is the place I work at's mad chill and I just work pre-games so I can buy last minute tickets and go to the game. That's why
that's what I do. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. You buy last minute tickets.
I buy tickets right in the T. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I really just want them to play on Sunday. So that way I can at least have one playoff home game where I'm not forced to like work before and just chill. So yeah, that's where I'm struggling. Like I want to know now because I can't just tell my boss last minute, oh, by the way, I'm not working. Sorry about this.
Right.
Bobby, with you joining, I think it's time. How are you feeling? There's been quite a bunch of news going on. I mean, Celtics, Nets, what's your thoughts around all this chaos? You've heard us.
Obviously it's always nice on the way back home to tune in, to hear Jack's amazing intro and to hear Jack give his passionate speech. And obviously I get to hear Bree and Jack's Kyrie slander within 5 minutes of the show starting. So that's always awesome.
Never a day goes by without Kyrie slander.
Never.
I will say, looking at some of the comments, looking at some of y'all, people saying Ben Simmons coming back makes the Nets worse. If you bring an All-NBA player back and your team gets worse, I don't know what the hell just happened. So, no. I think offensively, he doesn't need to touch the ball. He's going to guard Jason Tatum. I don't think Jason Tatum says, you know what, I'd rather have Ben Simmons guard me than maybe James Johnson or Kevin Durant or I don't know, Seth Curry. Yeah, but Ben Simmons is a problem. He's a big problem. So it's gonna be
not
rough.
on the scoring end.
I mean, he's not.
He doesn't have to score.
He doesn't.
I told you this is his ideal spot. All he has to do is pass the ball and play.
Exactly.
That's it. That's his favorite thing. He will never shoot. He fucking passed up an open layup under the rim, bro.
How old was that? Oh, come on.
How old is it? It's
no.
I will never let that go.
It was his last game, to be technical.
I will never let it go. How do you?
That was a long time ago.
That's embarrassing.
That was a year ago. Ben Simmons
is in his ideal role. He's in his ideal role. Same with Kyrie Irving being Robin to KD's Batman. Ideal role. They're right where they want to be.
Ben Simmons doesn't have to be an offensive threat in Brooklyn. He doesn't have to be. KD is that. Like Kyrie doesn't have to. Like Kyrie can't be the number one guy. He doesn't have to be the number one guy.
He doesn't know how to.
So it's like people saying that. Oh, Ben Simmons.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead.
Ben Simmons can't. I mean, he can't score. He's not a good offensive threat for shit. But he, like Bobby said, he will play some perimeter defense and he'll lock some people up.
If he can remember how to play.
I like that. So this comment here, and actually what Bree said is kind of funny. Bobby, please stop. Simmons scares no one. Someone else commented, you can't just come back and be the same player. You know, this is funny. Because people say in one hand, he's not a shooter and he's not a scorer.
I know where he's going with this.
You're saying that Ben Simmons can't play defense? Oh, funny. Okay, so number one, it's called cardio. If Simmons is having great athletic shape, he will still be an all-NBA defender. Simmons
in his house? How do you know what he's been doing?
He doesn't have to dribble. Oh, Ben Simmons looks good. Ben Simmons is a 6'10", 255-pound man that looks like he's 6'4" in his chiseled NFL body. So I'll give y'all this. If we aren't scared of Ben Simmons defensively, what the hell are we scared of? Oh boy. And Kevin Durant's a bad man. All I'm saying is this. There was a lot of Celtics fans. Jags, me and you talked about that this morning. People said, I want the toughest matchup. Our girl, no, she's not really our girl, but our woman, Anna Horford, who joined the show about a month ago, said, you know what? If you want to be champions, you got to be the best people. I said, all right, cool. But if we lose in the first round, I want to hear this. Well, we gave them a good fight. Oh, at least we tried hard, or maybe the Nets were just good, but they were just, oh, come on. I can't win.
I already told you can't really say that because we don't have Rob. That's a huge key factor and key loss that we're missing there. So
people are telling me Ben Simmons coming back is a plus for us. People saying Ben Simmons playing for the Nets is better for us.
I don't think I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't think it's as big as Ben Simmons playing a year and a half ago. Like it's not this. I mean, it's not this. He's got to get back into the groove. You know, like it'll take him a couple games. He won't be like straight back to that perimeter defense lockdown. Like he'll still be good, but I just don't know how good he'll be. You know, for his standards.
I think we're kind of overrating how defense is all about effort. Kyrie Irving is a guy who can guard people. He was locking down James Harden. James Harden's one of the toughest people to lock down. If you have an effort to play defense, you will. I feel like we're overrating. I think there's more skill in offense than there is defense. I don't know if that's a groundbreaking statement there, but defense is all about effort. The best defensive players are the ones who give the most effort. The Marcus Smarts, the Giannis's, the Rudy Gobert's, the guys who are hustling on the floor, trying to get chased up. The Robert Williams, put him in the discussion as well. If you just try, you'll be a good defender. So Ben Simmons at 6'10" is giving any player in the league, from Trae Young, 6'12", or Jason Tatum, 6'10" himself, he's giving them all problems. If always his cardio's fine, he's not on a minute restriction, he's going to guard. Is he going to shoot the ball well? Probably not. Is he going to dribble the ball off his foot? Probably sure. But defense is all about effort, moving your feet from side to side.
And he's a 16, 8-8 guy, you know, and like an arguably all, you know, NBA defensive player of the year, you know, right up there. And I think Smart of Marcus right here hits it on the head.
Yeah,
I am fine with playing them, just not in the opening round. We literally drew the toughest opponent potentially if they win the playing game in the opening round. What do you think about that, Jack?
Love it. We were just talking about this earlier. I mean, like I said earlier in the stream, if we go 7 with them, we see Milwaukee. They'll probably beat their guys in 4 or 5. Milwaukee's got all that rest. We'll be gassed.
2020 bubble season. Remember that?
And me and James were talking about that pre-live. We were saying, bubble, OG hits that shot. We probably would have swept in. That brings it to 7. We were gassed going into the Heat.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if that shot doesn't go in? We might be playing the Lakers in that finals.
I have a question. That guy that we just signed, right? Juwan Morgan, right? Is
Yeah.
his name?
Yep.
Is he eligible to play in the playoffs, or is that?
He's been on the team,
Yeah.
I believe, all year.
He was on G League, I believe.
He was with Maine. Yeah.
He was on the G League. So is he eligible to be someone that we could use going forward? And is he even someone that we would use? Is he
he's
that
not
good?
going to play a minute in the playoffs, no.
He's not going to play. But.
I'm just trying to think, like, how can we utilize
you're onto something, Bree.
more? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're looking at
that could be all about that, earning a rotation, going forward. So they're going to get an opportunity. If we smack them in the mouth, they're going to, we know the Pritchards, the Williams, Derek Whites, but what about the other guys? Look at Sam Hauser's last game. He scored 12 points in 11, something like that. So this could be a good opportunity for them to solidify, just because even who knows, what if an injury happens? Ime needs to know who he can depend on. So this could be an audition for that tonight.
Right. Actually, yeah, I hope he gets a lot of reps tonight and maybe makes a name for himself. Shows them why he signed him for the real deal.
I think it was Bree that brought this up earlier about the limited minutes. Like, play them a little bit to not get them so out of their game, so they don't run away from. Because, like you were saying, practice is a lot different than a real game basketball, like against another NBA team. So you play them a bit. And then you play them in the first quarter, and then and you got your bench guys getting their experience, maybe even putting that guy in. Blanking on his name already, my bad. But
I definitely don't
maybe even putting him in. And
yeah, I don't need them going deep in this game if they don't have to. Why would you risk them getting injured, some freak accident happening right before the playoffs? I don't need it. I don't want it. If it's really not detrimental to completely win this game by like a ridiculous amount and have our starters play ridiculous minutes, I'm cool with them just load management for half the game.
They should have sat these players coming into this game. So I'm cool if they play 2 minutes their first quarter.
I think it's just the fact that they don't want them to be cold for a whole week not playing.
Like, is playing a quarter tonight and then missing
since Wednesday, right?
Who? Or Thursday. Yeah, they haven't. No, they've been off the longer than we just lost Jack. We'll see if we can get him back. But yeah, we've sat the most because Philly's on like a back-to-back and Milwaukee played Friday.
It's been like Thursday. 7 years since we've played. So like they've been sitting for a while. So I think that's the only reason why. Because they did what? They went to the Raptors. They had a traveling back-to-back against the Bucks, right? Wasn't that what it was? And then
lost to the Bucks.
Lost to the Bucks, and now they're here, but they took them like a couple days off. So I don't know. I would think if you don't play for a week and a half, that's a long time to rest. So I think that's the only reason why they're having them play.
My bad. I lost y'all there for a sec, but
no problem,
okay.
sir. We welcome.
I was just basically saying that they've been sitting for a while. The last game they played was like 7 years ago. I feel like it's been like a while that we haven't seen a Celtics game.
Exactly.
So the fact that I think that the starters are playing at least a little bit tonight is just to get them some reps in and not have them sit for almost 2 weeks not playing. That's a lot to not be in a game.
Hezzy, I agree with you. Bobby looks like he's about to explode with the gym.
Yeah, he keeps rubbing his beard all maniacal and shit.
I think it's always funny. I love to let people, talk and either say some smart things, say some dumb things, say some all energetic things. I think for me, number one, this game has a lot at stake for me. Number one, my money is on the line on PrizePicks.com.
Now he's a gambler. Now he's a degenerate gambler.
Now, number two, again, use Celtics Corner promo code in the description. Anyway, now the second part that's also troubling me, Jags, there was a statement that I made on a live stream about 2 weeks back with you and Cal, shout out to 40, and myself. And I said, shout out to Homeboy. Now I said, if the Celtics get a top 2 seed, I would wear a Batman costume live on stream for back-to-back
my God,
streams.
I forgot about this.
Now, I was expecting us to not get the second seed, number one. And number two, for the Bucks to try to end the season. Now, they're not doing either one of those. Now, I would love if Ime, shout out to Ime, if I could side you $5, I would, to not play Tatum in the second half. Let the boys just rest. Let them eat popcorn. Let them do a little bottle flip, whatever. Let us lose to Memphis, drop down, stay at our seed, and Bobby doesn't have to buy a Batman costume that costs $200.
Can I ask you something? So when you say a costume, is that like with the mask and everything?
Costume.
200.
Make my own. I am not that good.
What kind of costume?
For a costume? What costume are you looking at? That's that much money.
For an adult male costume,
go to a party needs.
It is expensive.
That is kind of pricey. Like 200, bro. I got a Batman mask.
Does Atlanta not celebrate Halloween?
Where are you getting
Amazon
this
is rough.
costume?
I was looking for Amazon. If they have
literally
some at
go
Party
to a
City,
Target.
man, oh man, Target. I will look at
Party
Target.
City or
somewhere, yeah,
something.
Party City, Party Needs.
Yeah.
Do you have any of that down there?
Quincy.
I don't know what a
ever
Party
been to any
Needs
of those
is.
stores?
I have never been to a party store a day in my life, actually.
Oh
So,
my god.
no, put this dude. I like this. Brandon Bohan. I like this dude. Put that comment on the screen, please. The last comment he just made. Man, this guy has no faith in his team. Let me talk to this kid because Brandon, you're probably a longtime viewer of the stream. Maybe you don't. I want to break something down to you. I think one thing to say is something about being realistic. And I think people don't like that term. The word fan comes from fanatic, which usually means lunatic. And I also want to say, just because you pick against your team doesn't mean you don't want your team to succeed. And I feel like that statement there, a lot of people flies over their heads. If Kevin Durant, who's a multiple-time NBA champion, and Kyrie Irving, a champion, who was a champion on our team? Let me put some dots in. Oh, Al Horford when he was in college, back when I probably was in elementary school. We have no one that has truly been deep in an NBA Finals run, unless I'm forgetting some role player. No, pretty much not sure. Tatum, Brown have been to ECF, but couldn't get over the hump. So to say that, oh yeah, we have to play the Nets in the first round, Bucks in the second round, then probably the winner of Heat, who would it be? Heat, Sixers in the third round. If we beat the Nets, all right, there you go. You're battle tested. But to say we're going to go straight to the NBA Finals is not an unrealistic thing to say.
Bobby, in that opening round too, that might be the only opponent where we don't have the best player on the court.
Which one?
With playing against the Nets, with KD being the best on the court. Because we play Chicago, Tatum is probably the best in that series. We play Toronto, Tatum's probably the best in that series. But against Brooklyn, that's the only opening round where the best player out of everyone is Kevin Durant.
No, for sure. There's no argument there.
Right now, I'd still put Tatum at 2 there. But
no doubt.
I put him above Kyrie.
Kyrie or Jaylen Brown.
Yes,
Kyrie or Jaylen Brown, Bree and Jack.
Well, Jaylen.
Wow, Bobby. So that maybe it wasn't Max being crazy. That chat. Jaylen Brown or Kyrie Irving?
Don't look at your wall. I'm about to ask Jack. Jack, do you like LeBron?
No.
Thank you. So tell him to take those damn posters
Kyrie
off
or
his wall
Jaylen
next
Brown?
to my God and Savior, KD.
Jaylen Brown or Kyrie?
Oh my God, I'm talking too much. KG.
Yeah, I gotta go. I hate Kyrie Irving is my least favorite player in the National Basketball Association, but I gotta go with Kyrie. He's just the handles that man has.
Yeah, I won't go against Jaylen Brown. I'm sorry.
No, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a great player. He's one of the best second options in the league right now, scoring wise. And but I can't say he's better than Kyrie. Not yet.
What are y'all talking about here? Jack, shout out to you, man. All respect. I know you picked Kyrie. What the hell are these comments?
I don't want to pick Kyrie. I'm not going to do it.
No. Did someone just say, put that comment back on the screen? Did someone say, is Jaylen Brown's defense better than Kyrie's offense? What the hell are we talking about? Has Jay ever made a defensive team? Kyrie was an all NBA second team player. What are we talking about? Yo, hey, all I'm saying, I ask and I beg, take off the green team lenses for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. If the what team is young? The Nets say, yo, we would trade you JB for Kyrie Irving, and maybe Kyrie's going to be a magical team leader now. He's going to be a newborn player. He's going to be amazing for us. And we say, no, what the hell is going on here? Come on, y'all. Hey, man. Hey, Jags, man, these are your people right here. These are not my shout
out to the 75, 80 plus people we've had in the stream throughout. Shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Shout out to Bobby B. Smooth, to Jack, to Bree Marie. Shout out to every single one of you Celtics fans in the building. Let's get in our predictions for tonight. What anyone?
This is such a weird. This is. I don't even know.
It's a weird game.
Very weird.
It is. So, chat. Let us know what you think. Obviously the answer is Boston, but Bree, let's start with you. What do you think about tonight's game, and what is your prediction?
Is it going to be a strategic thing? Again, all the math is fucking me up. So
Give
I don't
me
even
everything.
know. Do we need to
Any
win? Any
scenario you want.
What do we need to have happen for us to not face the Nets, which is obviously what everyone really wants?
We need to lose.
Okay. So if we're losing this game, then we need to tank it on purpose, which means we really shouldn't play the starters more than just at least the first half. I would love it if they were out in the first quarter, but who knows what Ime is going to do, how long he's going to run them. I feel like they're not going to tank it because I don't think that's like what they want to do, you know? So, fuck. I think we're going to win. It's probably going to be a blowout. It's probably going to be a blowout. I'll say Celtics 110, Grizzlies 92.
110-92 Celtics with Bree. Jack, what do you think?
They might come through in the end. I don't know. I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know. This is all fucking me up.
It's gonna be interesting.
Because I don't want to win, but I'm sure we're going to.
It's a very weird game. If we play all our guys throughout, which I really hope we don't throughout, that'd be kind of stupid, I think. But if we play them throughout, I'm going 127 to 94 Celtics. But
127-94.
But if we don't play our guys, I can see Memphis taking it tonight, which I no problem with whatsoever, obviously.
And Rob, I disagree with you, bro, because this young man on the panel has a tattoo that says the championships, and that was a few months ago he did that. So how can you say we've heard it here first when you already heard it from him? Bobby, what's your predictions for tonight?
You heard it here a month ago.
Let me go. That's tough. Realistically, Boston probably wins this game. Should they? Probably not. I'm going to go Boston 105. Starters don't play in the fourth quarter. It's a blowout. Grizzlies have 94 points. But my question, really quick, I don't know if y'all talked about this because that just blew my mind. Did Bree said we should lose this game to not play the Nets?
I told you I don't want to play them first round. I've said this. First round, I don't want Nets.
I mean, the Bucks rested their guys, right?
The Bucks rested them because the Bucks said straight up, we don't want to play the Nets early. But some fans told me they would. We can beat them.
I mean, we can just say the same thing and just say we don't want to play the Nets. So let's just
do it for tattoo guy.
I thought. What's up?
This Morentless Grizzlies look like 2016 Warriors. I wouldn't go that far with saying the 2016 Warriors, but we need to put some respect on the Morentless Grizzlies. They are.
Well, yeah, weren't they like 18-2 or 20-2?
Something crazy. Something
but
crazy.
If you look
like
at
21-2 or.
Yeah, but if you look at today, though, they have like a lot of people out. Like,
oh yeah,
so it's not like it's just Jaws out and everyone else is healthy.
Right,
like
DD,
they have nobody right now.
No, I don't think they got DD playing.
You're not going to get that Grizzlies game today.
No,
like that team is not playing.
Obviously, that stat is just minus Jaw, like you're alluding to. Tonight, they're missing Jaw, Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams. I mean, we've talked about everyone. They may at best have, Desmond Bain and, Slow-Mo Anderson and, Clark at best. But Boston should win this game again, guys. I have been on the, same thing as take the Bucks 76ers approach and rest everyone and just go with that. Why would you, potentially put yourself in a situation to play the best team in the opening round? I mean, but hey, who knows? We got to see what happens. Yeah, we have to see what happens. They might put their starters in for a few minutes to get their legs and some shots, and then they might take them out. I don't know, but I think Boston wins this game probably 112 to 98 or something along those lines, and clinches the number 2 seed, and then we await the winner of Cavs versus Nets.
I mean, can we imagine? Can we just picture this if Cleveland wins, and then we just that would
remember, I mentioned that on the season, the Nets have the series 3-1. So, I mean, but you're right, man. One game, who knows? What if?
I'm not saying by any means that Cleveland will win or Brooklyn will win. It's a 1-game series. It's a lot different than a 7-game series.
I like this. So. Why is the most experienced team out of the East tanking to face Chicago? Because it's the smartest thing to do. There's this fake pride thing of I want to play the toughest people. Is just fake. It's not realistic. You want to play the easiest. So why are you coming at me
when I said I don't want to play the Nets first?
Because you told me, Bree, a month ago, we can beat the Nets. We can sweep the Nets. We could beat them.
I didn't say sweep, and I definitely did not say sweep. But I think we still can beat them. But did we have this conversation when Rob was healthy?
We did have Rob at that time.
Don't you do it.
My question is
also anything is possible.
Oh, here we go.
So you don't fucking know, but I'm just telling you, it would have been a lot easier if we had Rob. Things changed, Bobby. I'm not going to talk about with all this confidence that I had when I had Rob, like fucking stunner on my team, and now I don't.
Can I ask you a question now, Brandon?
What?
Since we're asking each other questions in the chat and to the people. Today, and again, don't give your prediction yet because I know we have time. It's called a promo lead up to the day. We're going to give our predictions here later in the week. Are you favoring picking the Celtics over the Nets if we do play each other in the first round, basically a week from now?
What do you mean? Like them winning the series?
I believe the Nets will win the play-in.
The only way they're going to beat us is because we don't have Rob. If we had Rob, we had a chance.
Wait. So just want to make sure we're here.
I'm very much an underdog mentality type person. I feel like they can pull it out. I've seen my team do a lot of things. They took LeBron to 7 games when we just had IT. Like, I've seen it happen. I think with the right coaching and the right, rotations and the right chemistry and the right mindset, they can do anything. But the fact that we don't have we don't have the bench, we don't have the power behind it. Like, I was banking on Rob being our guy and then Al Horford being our backup and then Tice being our backup to Al Horford. And now we don't have Rob. So now you're dealing with Al Horford, who's 35 fucking years old. And then you have Tice, who is very spotty, but he's good when he's good. He's great when he's good. But I can't rely on these bigs. Okay? So that's where I'm lacking. We're missing pieces. We're missing people. I'm not going to say, Eastern Conference Finals, like exactly what you said. I'm realistic, but I was 10 times more confident when we had Rob fully healthy, fucking housing shit. But now we don't have him. So now my perspective has changed. My outlook has changed. And now I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic. But do I fucking want the Nets in the first round? No, that kills my chances of going further in the conference. Kills it because now we don't have Rob for that first round. So why would I want that? Give me a layup, give me a cakewalk for the first round.
As strange as it is, and this might sound crazy, but if we actually look at the matchups, it probably is in our favor. If there was a team to play and we didn't have Rob, honestly, it'd probably be the Nets. The Nets no longer have James Harden. James Harden used to drive at the rim and put our bigs in constant trouble. Kyrie Irving's not like that. He's going to shoot a lot of mid-range jumpers. KD's going to shoot a lot of mids and a lot of threes. We have a lot of great wing defenders. A lot of guys that can double team KD on the post. If there's a game, and they have Andre Drummond, I think Al Horford can lock up Andre Drummond. I'm being honest. Blake Griffin doesn't play. LA barely plays. I don't fear their bigs at all. They don't have a Russell Westbrook or a Giannis that's going to drive to the rim constantly. If there's a game or a first-round series to Rob for miss, it would be this Nets team. So the fact that we went from sky-high confidence to now we have no confidence at all because we don't have Rob.
I didn't say no confidence. I didn't say no confidence.
Right
I
here.
just said I'm being more realistic. And would you want to face KD in the first round? No.
Oh, hell no. I didn't say no.
Okay, so then what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about confidence that Celtics fans have in their squad. It went from here.
It has nothing to do with my squad. It has to do with who I'm facing and who I don't have. I'm confident in all of the guys that I have healthy. I just need Rob back. I think he's a key piece. I've been saying this since 2020. I've been saying that Rob is a future key piece. There's something about him. You can't tell me that him not being on the team isn't a downfall. Like isn't like a negative. It's a huge loss.
No one's saying it's not a loss, but if there was a team where the loss is minimal, it would be against this team. That's why it's weird. You don't want to play KD.
So then you think, okay, pause. Then are we beating the Nets without Rob in the first round? If you're saying that it doesn't fucking matter that we don't have Rob.
This week,
no.
Tune in later in the stream.
No, say it with your chest.
We got a promo, Bree. We have 95 people in the building to come back later in the week for us to get
Jack's coming back. We're doing this.
Hey, I'll be
We're
here,
gonna attack Bobby
back.
As usual. I'm gonna make him rip down those LeBron posters because I honestly can't. Get rid of them.
So, guys, again, as Bobby mentioned, near 100 people. Y'all been with us throughout the pretty much the majority of the stream. Thank you all so much for your time. 7 o'clock, Memphis will be kicking off here shortly. You've got our picks. It's pretty much a panel of Celtics picks across the board. Last regular season game. Make sure you tune in. Quite a bit is on the line. But before we wrap up, Bree, anything else you want to say?
Nope, it's just the battle of the bees. I'm gonna beat Bobby. It is what it is.
As she said, we'll be back later in the week, guys. We will do a full playoff prediction, deep dive.
I'm also doing my recap of the last 3 regular season games, and I'll post it for you guys to watch later
today
after this game. Yeah,
awesome. Look out for that, Bobby.
Yeah.
I seen a comment here, and I just have to call this man out. On this channel, we don't hide from people. I want to see this because this is capital.
We don't hide from people.
Paul George, one fan. This girl has no confidence. You don't deserve to be a Celtics
fan.
It is crazy in the takes.
You've never been here before.
Playoff P, Paul George fan.
This is his first time here.
It's okay. He's upset because his Clippers aren't going anywhere. It's fine. Find Kawhi and then we'll talk, bro. Find Kawhi and then we'll talk.
Mr.
No,
Jack.
I am very much a fan. I'm just realistic. And if you don't know basketball, then don't be in this fucking chat.